I wanna, oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champions for the time. Oh, oh, WWE and AEW break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
Welcome in to another edition of the Champions Corner. We have a lot of things to cover today right here in the Champions Corner because this is where the real fans meet. A lot of things that took place these past few days within the wrestling community, and we're excited to talk about everything between AEW, WWE, and anything else. You never know what may happen right here in the Champions Corner. So, fellas, let's kick it off with Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream took place, I believe they was in Tacoma,
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Tacoma, Washington. Wrestle Dream took place, and for some people, it might have been a dream. We just don't know. It might have been a dream, and some people are probably wishing it was a dream. We're going to talk about Daniel Bryan. Is this it for Daniel Bryan? Is it over? Is he calling it quits? The whole roster jumped out and tried to attack Jon Moxley's faction in a crazy way. We're going to talk about my girl, Mariah May. She is holding it down in the women's division. And we're going to talk about the return of MJF and Adam Cole. We're going to talk about that right now in the Champions Corner. Fellas, let's kick it off. The show ended. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley. I'm going to go to you, Ron. I want you to paint the picture for the people that may have not got a chance to see that.
Man, this is where Jon Moxley had he was truly on a mission in this match. I mean, he's been on a mission since he got back. Like I've been saying on other shows, this man is way more sinister and ready. Just nobody knows this man playing, but he knows that he's following it to a T, and he's going after what he wants. And what he wanted was the AEW World Championship, and he got it. He put it straight in the bag once he got it. But this match, it's mostly him dominating to me. Bryan Danielson got his shots in, but it was mostly Jon Moxley focusing on this man, Nick, really trying to put this man out for the rest and end his career. Him and Marina Shafir, they pulled up the mats on the outside. He got to move on the concrete floor, and he got the power driver through the table. And they were just trying to injure this man and make sure he doesn't come back to this, not only to this company, but to wrestling, period. Now, I don't know if they fully accomplished it, but it looks like they almost did. Because the way he won was he choked him out. And it seemed sudden into this match, and the crowd was just like stunned from it. Because the crowd was, talking trash to Jon Moxley while he was outside the ring, everything, saying F you and all this and that. They had the chant going with that chant. It was like, because the Washington from, what Bryan Danielson's from, so to do this the way he did in his hometown was just crazy. And the stunning part was when after the match was over, Yuta and Darby came out there to save Bryan Danielson, but to everybody's surprise, Yuta is teaming so that he is actually still with the Blackpool Combat Club. He's actually still with them, and he's the one who put the bag over Bryan Danielson this time. And so from all out, he's the one crying about it. But I guess they talked to him, or this was the plan all along. I don't know. This was the plan all along, or they just convinced him throughout this time. Because, they was always, because he was still with them as, the Trios champions. They still have those belts. And we were all wondering, like, are they just going to give up his title and switch him with somebody else or what? But come to find out, he's with them this whole time, and he don't want to put the bag over his head. And Claudio hit the chair on his neck and stomped the chair on his neck. It was just brutal, man. It took forever for the locker room to empty. I'm like, y'all could have got that sooner than that. Security, somebody, and the rest of the locker room could have got there earlier than they did, but it is what it is. And the people who came out, I feel like, are, leading the charge with AEW. The Blackpool Combat Club is kind of on their own mission. They do a rogue team. They on their own mission. We don't know what it is. It's forming. Like I say, it seemed like Moxley didn't even want the belt like that because they put it straight in the bag. So like I said, the plan is still a mystery, but what they wanted to do, they got it done. The mission was accomplished for the night of Wrestle Dream.
You know, RC said a mouthful there in regards of one heck of a recap, bro. I will say that yes, I'm sorry, Dean Ambrose. John Moxley was the aggressor in that match. It does seem a little subliminal, like, yeah, he doesn't really want the title. Because I think he said at one point he said to Bryan Danielson, "Don't make me do it" or something like that in his face or something like that. He's like, "Don't make me do it." And so yeah, and then you have that would send a lot of people because you expected I'm sure in the main event close to home you expected right off in the sunset on the with the cape on, so to speak, right? The heroes farewell. But you didn't get that. But I can understand how some fans would not like that emotionally, and I can understand how some fans would like that because now you get more heat on the Blackpool Compact. So so now, but without talking so much about that, because that's not where we are right now. There's a lot of directions you can go with that, and there's more to come. Like who's really in control of that? So a lot can go there from that point. I wanted a little bit more of a fight from Bryan Danielson, but at the same time, I heard he's handpicked John Moxley to take him out. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective as well. So from that perspective, I guess I would say you don't always say this, but I think fans, depending on what side you're on, that was everything for a fan in that match. Now, moving forward, you got your emotion, you got as far as your anger, your sadness, and then you got, Mox, who's now a 4-time AEW champion. I think it's the only person who's done that. A 4-time AEW world champion now. Really makes you think who's the face of the company. It really makes you answer the question we've been asking for the last couple of weeks. Who is the face of the company? You don't just keep putting the title back on someone like that, But I also want to say with AEW, with Bryan Danielson potentially being a potential heartbeat of the company, potential. You got I'm interested to see who's going to step in that place as well to start fighting the BBC.
Absolutely.
They got a few options with that. They got a few options.
So, fellas, who is really in control of this faction? Who's really in control of it? Before we get to the aspects of, is this Bryan Danielson's, last hurrah, which it looks like, is it over for him? But I want to talk about real quick, who is really in control of this faction? Is it John Moxley or is it somebody in the background? Could it be Edge? Who is it?
Go ahead, Crum. I'm going to chew on this one for a minute. Go ahead.
I mean, everybody's saying, "Oh, it's Mr. Shane McMahon." I just can't see him. It don't have to be the same Shane McMahon that we know. So I can't see it. I can't see it with him and John being a team and then the rest of the crew. But he could come off different in AEW. So we never know. And that's the only person in my mind I could think of that's a mystery or that it hasn't been on TV yet. Because I can't say he teaming with the Young Bucks or nothing like that. He's not with that team, with the Elite. It's just a mystery. I don't know. And Adam Copeland, it may be him. He's a mastermind himself. He had been part of plenty of groups. So it could be that'll probably fit more to me. But other than that, I can't think of who it is. I'm just ready to wait and see how AEW tells this story. Because that's what everybody wants from AEW. Tell a story. And here we are. Everybody's intrigued. Everybody's on pins and needles about what's going to happen. Where is this going? What is Moxley's mission? And this part right here has been, like I said before, it has been accomplished. So what's the next step? And who is going against them? Like I said, it might be the people who came out to help Bryan Danielson. Like I said, that was like Darby, what's the name? Orange Cassidy, Private Party,
Jarrett,
Jeff Jarrett, Hook. A lot of them, and a lot of those, and that's what I'm saying. Those are some of the options of the heartbeat who might take Bryan Danielson's place. Because I feel like Bryan Danielson should take some time off. I know because he's probably going to wrestle him, but don't mean he can't be there as just the leader team. And all those are your next star. Should be your next stars. And Garcia also. Those are some of your next stars to push AEW forward. And so, but as far as who is in charge, it's a mystery, and I'm waiting to see who it is.
I mean, Darby was heartbroken. Darby looked like his heart got ripped out watching his boy get beat down like that.
Oh yeah, they taped his hands to the rope, so he couldn't do. He had to see. He had to sit there and watch. It's crazy.
So I agree with Ron about I think it's Shane too. But the other side of that for me is like historically how back in the day when Tony Khan used to take jabs at WWE, out of his mouth, and, sometimes other wrestlers in the company. So we know in WWE, Vince still has his teachings have influence of how the direction of things are being booking now. Like, for example, some of the historic things are coming back. Some of the people who made it, they're coming back legends, right? So we know that still, even though Vince is not there doing things, his influence and teachers are still operating in that perspective from a business perspective, right? So follow me here. So that's one thing. Now you bring Shane McMahon in there, another McMahon working in AEW. So now it's like they're influencing WWE, and another McMahon's gonna be influencing AEW, right? And not to mention because they had a personal meeting, right? They got caught on camera. They both know it. They had a personal meeting with some mutual friends, right? Boom. So if he does come back and he's the guy, because John Moxley said what? He told Tony Giovanni, this is no longer your company anymore. Now I will remind you and I might be off on the timing, but maybe like 2 or 3 months prior to that, didn't the Elite dump Tony Khan on his head?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of moving along from that. And now BBC, Blackpool Combat's now, which is more like a, legit group, I would admit, But at the same time, the Young Bucks have, they have prestige in the company, which they mean they're, they VPs and all this, EVPs and all that type of stuff. So I think it is Shane. And I'm curious to see what would happen because not to go too much into this part, but I mean, you got that going on. And you're also trying to bring up a new Hurt faction. So you're going to have a lot of different things going on in terms of like who's going to really go against these guys. I know you have the Darbys, the Orange Cassidys. And what if it is Adam Copeland? What if he does come back and he's the one that's kind of maybe he wanted to do something there that he wanted to do with the Judgment Day? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. It's a lot of different ways, but to the point, everybody says, I know you had the diehard fans who just love wrestling, but for the ones who want stories, this is a prime opportunity to say, to see what they can do. They should not let this one go, especially off of such an emotional, intentional segment, especially being so close to Danielson's home.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of hoping it's Adam Copeland. I think that would be good for TV. Shane, to me, I don't feel like it would be any different because, man, Shane's kind of in his ways now. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing this for a long time, so it ain't like we're going to see something really different from Shane. Yeah, it's a new company, but it's still at its core, he knows what he knows, and what he knows is what he did for his tenure in WWE. So he's just going to bring that same skill set over there. Adam Copeland, I think that would add a different dynamic to this whole story. You got a veteran that's coming in at the helm of it all, because it doesn't seem like John Moxley is taking orders from somebody else. Just looking at it. Now he could be the guy, but I mean, it seems like he's kind of like a foot soldier. I don't know. What you guys think? You think the same thing?
I would say yeah, and that's the thing that has me curious. If it is Adam Copeland, though, I want to know what's his merit for it. Like what is it? Because he came there talking all good stuff, then he gets injured. So if he did come back and did it, I would like to know what would be his reasoning. So I'd be very intrigued to hear that. But yeah, I was going to say too with Shane, we done seen many different personalities of Shane fighting with his father, fighting beside his father, trying to take over the alliance, trying to take over WWE, him in steady matches, commissioners. We done seen a lot of different things from Shane over the years. So yeah, it would be interesting to see what he would do. That would be very interesting because I think I agree with you, Sean, to the point where we probably wouldn't see much of a difference. Maybe he has learned some things in his off time away from the business in the last 2 years or whatever that he can implement because he's sit back and watching things now. Okay, I would do this. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. But yeah, it's very interesting. And then remember, we don't know the words they said to each other in that meeting. That's the thing. That's the thing.
So, what does this mean for Daniel Bryan's legacy if this is it? If this is his last match?
To me, I mean, I think he accomplished everything he wanted to accomplish. To me, because I mean, he was just riding this last reign till the wheels fell off, and here they are. He didn't know when it was going to happen, but it was whatever match he lost next for the AEW championship, that was going to be it. And I feel like he was prepared for that, and so he accomplished everything in every company he went to. I mean, he was a world champion, and I mean, what can you want more than that? Especially for, I mean, if you talk about specifically for AEW, he came there to, have certain matches that he wanted to have, in either in US or Japan or wherever he wanted to go, and he had those, and he finished a rivalry that was like he had for so long with Nigel McGuinness. He finally got that match in. He fought Okada, fought Kenny. I mean, Osprey, all of them, Swerve, and he, like I said, he wanted to end it with Moxley. And they continued to have battles, and they had a few battles, bloody battles, and he won the AEW championship. So I feel like he comes up, and when he had his WrestleMania moment. If you want to go further back, he had his WrestleMania moment. He got his wife from WWE. He did everything he wanted to do in Ring of Honor. So I mean, he had a great career. A lot of people tout him as the best wrestler in the world. I mean, that's a matter of opinion, of course, but a lot of people put him up there. And so I feel like he comes everything he wants. I probably didn't want to go out in this way in kayfabe, storytelling with his group turning on him. But as far as being a professional wrestler, I think he did everything he wanted to do, and everybody gonna hold him to a high esteem, and he's walking amongst legends. And so, I mean, I think he a great career. I think he can still be a WWE Hall of Famer because he left WWE and in good talks, good relationships. So that's one more thing he can accomplish. So he's good in my book.
I would add to that, and I didn't think about it till you just said it, RC. Yeah, he had some reasons on why he wanted to leave WWE, but not once did you ever hear him bash WWE for like other folks might have done leaving. So that does keep you good because he does have a Hall of Fame career. His legacy, to RC's point, he is a champion everywhere, classic moments everywhere. He did do the things he wanted to do. As far as when he left WWE, going to New Japan, fighting all these up and coming stars, and then fighting some of the seasoned vets like Kenny and Omega and things of that nature. So yeah, this year alone, he fought Swerve, Will Ospreay, Jack Perry. Just in this last few months. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of doing that as well. So, Nigel McGuinness, so he did all these different things now. So I guess at this point, is he done? I would say I think he might be done full time. Because you always got that itch you want to scratch sometimes in the business, right? We've seen it. It's not unheard of. We done seen many people unretire, retire, come back for a lengthy thing, retire again, come back. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know if anybody's recently went as hard as him as what he's been doing in his matches, the type of matches he's been having. But also to the point he wants to be home with his children, because we've heard successful legends in the business say, the one thing I regret, even though I had a good career and I was work hard for the business, I did miss this, and this at home. You know what I'm saying? So I think this generation of stars are starting to see that a lot more. So I would say, ultimately, to answer the question, his legacy is he was a guy that was well diverse in the business. And he made everybody in the ring he got in the ring with better. He held every title, every major title, I believe, at every company he went to. You would never forget the Yes Movement. That was probably one of the biggest moments. I remember we were there at WrestleMania 30, man. Like it's like everybody was doing yes chant. Like everybody, even if they didn't want to. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to.
It was just cool. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, I think I guess the question becomes, would he ever come back to WWE? That'll be the question down the road.
So, speaking of that, I mean, the Yes Movement, will he ever come back to WWE? Interesting enough, WWE last week filed trademarks for the word yes, for their whole yes thing. They filed a trademark for it. And the way my mind goes, it makes me think down the road, to your point, RC, he may be inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is why they trademarked the Yes movement. Who knows? We will see. We will see. I was one of those guys at WrestleMania 30 that did not want to do the Yes chant for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just didn't.
We know why.
I don't know. I don't know why, but for whatever
Okay.
reason, did not want to do it. Did not want to do it for whatever. That's a kind of a blur to me. I remember some parts about it, but don't remember it all.
Mhm.
But it is.
You didn't do that much on Bourbon Street. You remember?
Yeah, you remember.
It was a blur. It was a blur. Hey, hats off to Daniel Bryanson. The Bryant.
Brian Danielson.
Brian Danielson, man.
Yeah.
See?
They go around and change names. I mean, come
you
on.
still upset about WrestleMania 30. Let it go.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That was best for business. We do what's best for business. That's what we do. But anyway, it was a blur. But I want to move on to another title match that, surprisingly enough, was absolutely entertaining from start to finish. And this young lady has just, I've grown a liking to her. I think she is a A+ player. They put on a A-class match. I mean, Willow moving around like she a cruiserweight. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking like, man, her versus Nia Jax, man, that would be money. That would be money. But that's just just dreaming. But their match, guys, what do you think about their match?
No, the what?
Oh, right.
Go ahead, RC. Go ahead, bro. It's all good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I would say I very much enjoyed it. I'm glad Willow was given this opportunity. Like I said, I didn't see her winning because I know where. I mean, most of us pretty much know where the story is going. We all wait for Toni Storm to come back, but she still gave a great match to Mariah May. Mariah May won without really shenanigans, really. Any heel tactics that much, really, and she can't get it done with her own move. I'll say that. She has to keep doing the Storm Zero, but all in all, she still got it done. Mariah May is proving why she is the women's champion right now in AEW, and she has the top spot, and she got the division on lock right now. But as it remains to see until Toni Storm comes back, and like I said, that's just so we're in a holding period, just waiting for that. But like I said, and all in all, this match still delivered. It's one of the matches that I thought needed to be on this show, unlike some other matches maybe, for what a lot of people say. But this match proved why it should have been on this show, and shout out to Willow for her efforts. But Mariah May is just on top right now. She doing her thing. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't have a little connection thing happen there, but I'm here. I would say the one thing I was thinking about. So correct me from Willow Nightingale, she lost the last match she had. Was it at All Out? Right? She lost that match. So I understand that Willow Nightingale, she's good, by the way. She's wonderful talent. Me personally, as a fan perspective, I was waiting on the rubber match with Mercedes. So if she goes to the top and goes for the AEW Women's Championship, now what? She lost, yeah. We understand Mariah May. Mariah May's still on up and coming. She's doing well as a heel. I just because Mercedes wasn't even on the show, and I get it. Everybody's not gonna be on the show. But I'm like, well, we're not gonna play ping pong with her, are we? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Can she get a rematch? you know what I'm saying? Then she goes for the next title. I'm just like, that's the only thing I can't help but think about that as a fan perspective who likes to see things being completed. That's just my mindset. Maybe they have a plan down the road, but the match itself, no problem with that. It's just the fact that I just want to see the rubber match with Mercedes and Willow Nightingale, man. I just think that'll be, where is that?
Well, that could come down the road because with AEW, it's always gonna be either a tournament or a battle royal. She gonna have a chance, I'm sure, down the road. one of those type of ways.
What's it called? What's it called? The championship. What's it called? They call it when they call it no more contenders thing or something. Whatever they call it, but yeah, I understand that too. I do, but I just think they put so much into that second match. Then afterwards, it was like, okay, let's get moving. I would have liked to see that continue more. That's just me. Like I said, that's just me talking strictly as a fan, which I'm already a fan in general. But you know what I mean? Like, as a fan watching, I'm like,
that's what you're waiting to see.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, because I feel like she went into that other match, and then she lost, and now it's like, where did she go from here?
But I mean, like I said, that's what you do in wrestling. You keep fighting.
Yeah.
You go after the next goal or figure out another way to climb that mountain again.
Mhm.
That's what you do as a wrestler. You're not gonna win them all. So you got to plan for a win. You got to plan for a loss, and yeah, that's your mindset. Of course, you want to win. You had a confidence that you are going to win, but plan for the worst, hope for the best. That's what you do, and that's your mindset. So she will find another opportunity, I'm sure, down the line, and because she's a fighter, a major contender in the women's division.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nothing to worry about with her.
Let's go
Yeah, I
Willow.
think
Let's
that
go Willow.
this sets her up more because sometimes losing sets you up more than if you actually had won in that moment. We see that happen quite often. You're paying your dues and whatever, and then next thing you know, you're the champ for like a long time. But I think she has a bright future. But I think right now, Miss May has that division on lock. She is. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next. I think Tony Storm. I think she just got either engaged or married or something.
I thought she was already married, right? Maybe I missed something. I thought she was already married at least, but I could be wrong there though.
I saw something. Somebody proposed to her or something. Maybe that was an old picture. I
Oh.
don't know. So yeah. So looks like she's taking some time off for that, and so I'm interested to see what's going to happen next. And when is Tony? When do you guys think Tony Storm is coming back? What do you see, RC? What do you see?
It got to be sooner rather than later. Within the next, I can't say exactly what show. The way the story is going, got to be in the next month or two, and hopefully just at least a month. Because, like I said, Mariah May continue to use Tony's move, and I don't see nobody taking that belt from her until Tony comes back. And so I would like to see her back sooner than later. Because how many more matches I'm gonna not take serious until Tony comes back? I mean,
Well,
because if I already know where it's going, know what the writing on the wall is, you can't make me get intrigued with these upcoming matches if Tony's not there in them. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. Yeah, it might be a great match. And that's what AEW, puts at stake on great matches, and we know it's going to be a great match. But to me, like I said, wrestling is about the story and where it's going and the follow up afterwards. We want to see. We always looking for what's next. That's what we fans, put our money towards. We put our money, our time, money, and energy in. What's next, and what are we looking forward to? What's going on? What are the moments? What's the story? So the Tony come back. I'm gonna like the match, but I'm not gonna be fully invested.
Uh,
And so hopefully she comes back real soon.
So one of the reasons I think she's out, maybe from a break too. Obviously, I don't know, so I ain't talked to her, but she might be taking a break and which get some personal time because she was champion for a hot minute. But I also believe she's
Yeah.
promoting Grand Slam. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's her home country. So to answer the question when she would come back, we may not see her the rest of the year, or maybe the latter part of December, maybe at World's End, she comes back. But then you got like 5 weeks or whatever, 5-6 weeks of programming to build up, which they can do. And for that match, what better place to have her win that title back than at Grand Slam being in Australia?
Yeah, that would make sense.
You know, that could be if they build it right, that could be the main event of the show. You know what I'm saying? Who knows with that part? But I think she comes back the latter part of. I'll say World's End because that's the last show of the year for AEW, and that's on December 28th. And so why not have her come back then? That's my opinion. Because what you got Full Gear coming up next month, right?
I believe so. That's a lot.
Yeah, Full Gear, and then you got World's End. And then I think after that, I'm not sure if anything's in January, but then you got Grand Slam. So I would say whenever she comes back, which I think the latter part of December, but it'll be back to try to build that potential matchup for that. And then this time you can use Mariah May to really get her over as a heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'll be the build up. Like I said, because she had one of the most intriguing. Her and Mariah May had one of the most intriguing stories this year, if not the most intriguing story. And so that could be a main event. If they build, like I said, continue to build it up right, I know, but they want the AEW World Championship, the Men's Championship, to be that most of the time, and most of the time that story is worthy of the main event. But with everybody looking forward to Tony Storm coming back and and they love Mariah May matches right now. I don't think people be upset by it if that main event in whatever show it's on. So I would like it.
Yeah. And honestly, to that point of the AEW Men's title, like I said, we're not sure what direction they're going, but I'm sure they'll come up with something because with everybody coming back, and there's so much you can do there too.
Absolutely. Main event at Australia, her hometown, makes sense to me. We want to know what you guys think in the comment section.
I'm good.
Let's move on to what I thought was the match of the night. I mean, this match was stellar. I may mispronounce a person's name in this match who actually won the match. And I'm like, man, this was really good. I like how it happened. This international championship match between Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and help me on this name, Takeshita. Man, what a story was told in this match. And you're right.
Oh, yeah.
I heard Undertaker say today, pro wrestling is more about the story than it is about wrestling. And this match unfolded a story between all three participants and a little interference from the outside with a screwdriver. And a guy, I can't remember his name, but he came back and cost this man, called Will Ospreay the match.
Fletcher.
Fellas, what do you think about this match
Kyle
here?
Fletcher.
Yeah,
Kyle Fletcher turned heel. They almost look like twins.
Kyle Fletcher looked like he was powering up like a Super Saiyan.
I would have liked to phenomenal match, just like we saw a couple of weeks ago on Dynamite's 5-year anniversary with Will Ospreay and Ricochet going at it then. Then the continuation of them getting into the ring already. And still a match, still a hit. Well, one thing I want to say is this. I would like to see maybe Will Ospreay keep the title because he had just got it back. He lost it to MJF, then got it back at All In. And then carried it for what, 6 or 7 weeks, whatever it's been. And then you kind of wrap back, I'm sure, maybe they have a plan for it, but I would just like to see that title bounces around too much for me. I'm just going to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the topic we're talking about right now. So I would like to see Will Ospreay keep that title, but I also understand with Kyle Fletcher coming in and costing him the title, that's going to build something else. And maybe Ricochet could continue to fight who I'm going to call Bolo Yin. That's what Bully Ray called him. That's what we remind him of because if you know who Bolo Yin is, if you watch Jean-Claude Van Damme martial art movies, and Bloodsport and all that stuff, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Or double impact and that type stuff. But anyway.
I used to hate that guy when I was little. Boy. I was like, come on, John Claude, get him, man. Get him, man. Do this thing. Hey, man, he played his character right. He played it right.
He did. So that's my thought on it, match. High intensity, high entertaining match, as we already knew it would be. But there's always something to come out of something. So I would say with Kyle Fletcher coming in, so now does that mean Ricochet goes in and goes after the title now? Kind of leaves Will Ospreay for a while, or does that mean that he don't get lost in the sauce, so to speak? Like, where do we go from there? I guess that'd be my question. Not to you, just to the fan base in general. What are we going to do next? But go ahead, Arsenal.
I very much enjoyed this match. I would go as far as say it's probably the match of the night for me because the moves they was doing, boy, it's like an anime fight. That's every match with always Ospreay. It's like an anime fight, and those are spectacular. If you in the anime or if you're not, if you catch the fight scenes, they are amazing. That's what this was. Every person that's it's one of the best triple threats match I've seen in a long time. And like I said, it had story at the end of this with Kyle Fletcher turning on his best friend. He fought against it for weeks and months or whatever. I know Don Callis was trying to get him to do this, but he finally stepped up and did it, and got his partner Takeshita the title. And Takeshita was more than deserving because the matches he's put on since he's been at AEW have been amazing. Everybody been waiting for him to actually get gold, and here we are. He deserves it, whether it's interference or not. Takeshita deserved this win, and because the match was phenomenal until the end in interference. So I mean, he deserved every bit of this victory. But I would love to see a rematch between all of you. I could see them. You could almost watch them wrestle forever, multiple matches. But you see it branching off to, like you were saying, Lonnie. Ospreay goes for Kyle Fletcher, let them have a match. Ricochet continues to fight and go for the international title and fight Takeshita. I don't know if Ricochet will win because Takeshita just getting it and they're trying to give him a big, push right now. and which he deserves. And that's what I'm hoping. Like I said, Ricochet doesn't get lost in the shuffle because that's the way every new person that comes in, they get that big moment, but then you get right in the lane of traffic. You're just another one in there, man. So hopefully he continues to stand out because the matches are going to be great either way. But hopefully he continues to stand out and we see where it goes. But either way, it's going to be one of the matches tonight. Whatever he does, it's going to be a match of the night contender.
Absolutely. It was definitely match of the night. Will Ospreay and Ricochet. Now, come on, guys. We know you guys know each other. You did not have to do the flip in the middle of the ring together. We know you guys know each other.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to pull it and try to do that again. They did that in their first meeting. I don't think they're going to do that again, but I guess they try to change it with Takeshita kicking them both in the head at the same time after they did it. So, like, okay, stop that mess. We get it. We saw the match in 2017 or whatever it was. And so, yeah, all right. So I guess that's what that moment was for, just to get it stopped like Takeshita. But, man,
Yeah, I'm like,
stop repeating the same spots.
you know, it was like a video game watching these guys. I mean, it was some stuff I'm like, man, I would have never thought I'd see somebody do that other than a video game. Great match. And I think it was a great placement, too, in the card. But I want to move on to this other match that was hot. Jack Perry, and you're going to have to help me again on this name.
Shibata.
Shibata, the TNT Championship. Fantastic. I believe this match opened the show. Fellas, what do you guys think about this?
Yeah, it wasn't this match. It was Hangman and Jack and Jay White opened the show. But either way, with this match, it was good.
Yeah, I get them mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, it's Shibata was just taking, damage the whole match. Well, he was taking it. He was eating it. Let me say that. He wasn't like he was getting hurt. He was just taking whatever Jack Perry was trying to throw at him, and he absorbed it all. Even Jack Perry was getting so frustrated with him that he wasn't, going down, that he spit on him. And then Shibata even no-sold that. Pretty much like, just come on, man. Just give me what you got. And every time Jack Perry tried, Shibata just come back, hit him with something strong, continue to put him down. Shibata kind of lost his for himself. I guess he just couldn't get his shoulder up, but he wasn't paying attention. But he was trying to had a submission on Jack Perry, and Jack Perry just kind of leaned back and got the 3 on him. That's the only way he was able to beat him. So that's kind of Shibata's fault. He just couldn't roll over and put that shoulder up, get that shoulder up. Shibata should probably get a rematch from this, but after it didn't happen with this match, he lost. So hopefully we'll see what happens. But after the match, Garcia actually came out there because Garcia put on Dynamite that said, "Whoever's got gold, watch out, I'm coming for you." And that's the reason he came out there. He figured he'll challenge Jack Perry to be next in line. And so he did that. He came on out, but Jack Perry backed off, saying, "Well, I ain't doing this. I just had a match. I could barely get Shibata, so I ain't about to deal with you right now. I'll see you another day." And so that's when, surprise return, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Freeman came on out there talking his mess to Garcia, saying, last time we met, I ain't breaking sweat. Even though he did, because that was one crazy match they had at what was the All Out. And that's when Jack Perry came back in and clocked Garcia from behind with the TNT Championship. And MJF gonna take advantage of that and do a beatdown more on Garcia. And so he was about to hit him with the ring until Mr. Adam Cole, baby, made his return finally. I was hoping for this last episode. I was talking about I'll wait for Adam Cole to come back, and here he is, showing up right on time to fight MJF. MJF was shocked just like everybody else was. The crowd popped. They was ecstatic. Everybody, I was hyped. I was like, okay, here we go. Adam Cole finally back. Hopefully he could continue to stay healthy with this return. But MJF, he got out of there fast as soon as the music hit, he was ready to go. He was like, nope, this ain't for me right now. I'm gonna get Adam Cole when it's on my time. You know how MJF is. He does stuff on his time. And so Adam Cole picked up Garcia and gave him a little fist bump, so they cool. But so we got Adam Cole versus MJF, and maybe Garcia, if he try to get revenge on MJF or not, I don't know. Garcia might be trying to go for the championship versus Jack Perry, so we'll see though, that's 2 more matches we got coming out of this pay-per-view. And so, like I said, AEW is building towards the following shows. So that's good. A sign for the company. Build up to your next match. That's what you're supposed to do. Like I said, fans and look to see what's next, and they get intrigued and see where this company is going. And so, good looking on AEW with that.
I think I want to add something specifically because RC, I think he did a good job kind of breaking down, the match to this point. I want to see Adam Cole remain healthy because I feel like ever since he came a couple years ago, most of his time's been on the shelf. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
The whole thing with better than you, baby, that was very clever. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing with them being tag champs and things like that, and then having the main event at the first All in Wembley Stadium. I just feel though, to your point, they do a good job. They do a good job of getting you there. But I want to know, this story alone, this is over a year in the making here. So I don't think this should be a one and done. Like this should be like a series of matches. You know what I'm saying? And then have it end at some kind of big way, whatever, one of their barbaric matches, if that's the case, or just a regular wrestling match the whole time to say who's just the better man, up. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm happy to see Adam Cole come back. I think that's probably the biggest pop since he came back the first time when he first got to AEW. You remember that night, right? Because him and Brian Dance came the same night. But so hopefully, hopefully, I remember you text me, you like, bruh. When somebody takes you, bruh, you already know something big went down. But point being, man, I that to me is what I'm looking forward to right now. That'll be my number one robbery I want to see in the company right now, because I believe that particular match has the potential to really draw money based on what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like they can talk it. You can already grab their attention on TV viewership. While Jacob was talking about viewership in the business. You can. I think you'll get that, but I think the match itself, the story that can be told, MJF. You calling about the whole government, RC. I'm gonna call him MJF. But what I'm saying is, I can see that in a way of MJF just talking down to him in the match by beating him down, embarrassing, and then having him fight up like a classic baby face. You know what I'm saying? And you can really build off of that place. Excuse me. So I'm looking forward to that rivalry. Honestly, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad we can finally get to continue that. Hopefully both men stay healthy and we continue to go from that, because there's so much. I have said it in a while, y'all. I know y'all been waiting on it. So much meat on that bone. You might get 2 drum legs off that one.
Hey.
Cool, man. Cool. So it brings me to this question. And maybe the people in the comment section can help us out with this. Because we've been trying to figure out for the past few shows who's really the face of AEW. Based upon the reaction last night and the way I felt as a viewer, I would say MJF is right at the top of being a face of AEW. What do you guys think?
I would say he is. The special thing for me about it is, even though he may have historical other places that he might have been to, everybody has a place in the business to get somewhere, but he's really you can really say a homegrown talent. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very key, because you don't have many of those these days in either company. You know what I'm saying? So they leave, come back, whatever, but he decided to stay. And I think he is the face of the company. He's probably the best heel in the business. He's young, he's hungry. He tries to keep kayfabe, actually. When he's out, he's like, he said he wakes up, he want people to hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's MJF. Personally, I think he should have the title back around his waist, the AEW World Championship. But hey, I guess we'll see what happens from there after this rivalry with Adam Cole. But I say MJF, man, because when he's gone, you can tell. No offense to like Moxley, when he's gone, okay, you know what I'm saying? We'll be back soon, but I feel like it's more of a you can feel more of a dent when MJF's not there.
I don't know. Like I said, it's just hard to say, because it's an array of talent that's on that top. That's what, because that's what they do on you see the posters. They put a number of talent on the poster every time. It's never just mostly really one guy. So I don't think they know themselves right now, really. And Tony Khan, like I said, if you had to pick performance, it's gonna take me some time to figure it out because, like I said, from what they showed me, because like I said, Darby Allin was saying he's the face because he does radio shows and whatever the company asks him to do. That's something you can say. Like I said before, you can say that about a number of wrestlers. It's on radio shows. He was on the Breakfast Club. Him and Mercedes. They was at the arena promoting All In for next year in Texas. He was there. Darby was there also, but Swerve, Mercedes, and
Athena?
there was some her
Athena?
name. Yeah, Athena was there. So how you be the face when it's a number of y'all there every time, wherever y'all go. It's a number of talent in every appearance. You're not just going by yourself on a lot of these things. You have interviews, but who doesn't? And that's on the top of the card. So to me, it's just a real talent, and that's what's on. Like I said, that's on every poster, every show. That's how they present it. So I don't know if they want a main face, a main guy. That's not how they want to do their business. Maybe that's how. That's from my perspective. On like I said, what I see. But like I said, if you look at WWE, they put one guy on the poster. They put you getting the shine for this one, or you going to this show, a specific show, or you promoting this for the pay per view. You at the head video package for this pay per view, or whatever it is. And so that's how they. I think that's the difference between. That's one of the differences between WWE and AEW. WWE is promoting one guy, or they putting one guy above everybody else. AEW wants to put everybody on that platform at one time. Show all of our talent. You're gonna see them all. Come see this person, this person, this person, this person. And so that's just probably what the difference is. I mean, people were looking for a certain person, but that's probably how they run their business for AEW.
I would say you make a good point about. So it's kind of like it's a lengthy comparison, but when people say who's the greatest of all time, you always have these reasons, right? Whether how many titles they had, how many consistent good matches, promos, whatever, right? But you said something that Darby Allin says he's the face because he does radio shows. So if that's a discussion we're having, imagine the discussion that the talent could be having. I'm the face because of this, or I'm the face because of that. Yeah, man, but what I hear from a lot of the old heads is says, I don't care how much they like you, are they paying to come see you? They can like you all day, but are they paying to come see you? Because you wouldn't know based on your name being on something, to your point, RC, if you got 10, 15 people on the thing, who they really coming to see, or your merchandise sales and, all these different things. I think it was Tony Blatchett said it, I don't care how much they like you, are they paying to come see you? You know how they say in the business, they tell the main event guy, and we know this, thanks for the house. Who are they telling? Who in the company is saying thank you for the house in AEW? I would think it's MJF, personally, just going off, just recent things. Because he's been in and out, right? For different reasons, he's been in and out this year.
Yeah. And I don't know, as I said, it's hard to say it's him because he don't. Another thing, like, where he didn't pride himself on his great matches. That he does have great matches, but is he wrestling as often as every other top star? I don't think he is. He not.
Oh, sorry, but let me add this. I hate to compare this, but let's look at wrestling historically. The top guy never was always there.
Oh, that's true, but they're not going by historical rules or AEW or historical trademarks of AEW like everybody thinks they should, because those have been in place for as long as we've known, and so they're doing other things differently. That's why I said they're doing these things their own way, and that's why a lot of people like AEW. They're doing it different and showcasing what a certain amount of fans want. They might want to do it a little different to grow their crowds and grow their numbers, which we will get to in a few minutes probably, about the crowd attendance and everything. But they're not doing that right now. They're going by their own rules, and a lot of people do like that. And so what we know as wrestling, like you were saying, the historic way it is, they're not doing it that way. It's something different. That's why a lot of people, like the older wrestlers or managers or whoever got a podcast these days, they saying they doing it the wrong way in their eyes, because they're used to a certain way and how the business has been ran and how. And I mean, some of them might be right because they know what works. They've seen what works, but Like they're gonna disagree with how AEW wants to run their business for their company.
And I think that's the thing today. It's always a pro and a con to having so much companies, right? And anything. There's going to always be ones who stick to the old school method of what works, and they're going to be ones who want to try new things. And that's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. But I do think if something's in place sometimes, okay, this is me speaking as a fan, obviously, because I never worked in a wrestling company. But being from a fan perspective and knowing some of the things I do know, but listening to the legends of the business talk about it on docu-series and things of that nature, these type of things will work. It's smart business, right? If you burn somebody out with the same person all the time, sometimes that's when you lose, right? Like your workhorses, you know what I'm saying? They'll come, and they'll do their thing, but after a while, if you put too much of them in their face and you burn them out, they ready to go to. They tell you who they want, right? The fans, right? Because they tired of this person. Let's get this person now. So do you at that point? Do you listen, or do you like? Now I'm gonna make my decision. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different things there that you can go off of. But it's like who you really want. Like I just say, but to me, I just say, and maybe they don't. It's their company, Tony Khan. Maybe they disagree, but I think Steak is MJF and those logical things, man. Okay, watch this. Darby Allin says he does interviews. To your point, a lot of people was at the All In for Texas. MJF doing movies. He has a listen. Didn't he just come back from doing what's the Adam Sandler movie they say he did again? I don't know. I can't remember the movie he just came back and did. But don't you think that gives an opportunity to get get in people's ear? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these different things. So you was just seeing anybody to do that?
Not the movie thing.
And movies are gonna, that's another avenue, right? I just feel that it's more reasons, but I think that's some of the subtle reasons why I believe MJF is the face. Because when he comes back, he's been missed. No matter if he's a face or heel, he's been missed.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we can debate all day about it, but they got a number of people at the top that's contending for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to have. I mean, in anything, there's always going to be some type of hierarchy order. Always, no whether we want to, acknowledge it or not, there's always going to be a number one and a number two. So, with that said, I want to move on to what you pointed out about the recent articles that's been made about the attendance by AEW. Attendance is dropping down. I want to get you guys' opinion. What do you think? Do you think this is a byproduct of having too many shows? Or is this just because right now other eyes are on other products?
I would say this, and I kind of been waiting on this question. RC, did you want to go first? I'm sorry, like you was about to say something too.
It's fine.
Listen, I always preface this way so the people who listening might think I'm not an AEW hater. I'm a pro wrestling fan. Yes, I enjoy WWE more, but the reason I preface that is because I grew up watching them along with WCW. But what I'm saying is, I just hope, because we always hear how Tony Khan has the money, his family has the money, and I totally get that and I understand that. I just hope, I don't think there's anything wrong with staying in smaller arenas. When you go to whether it's internationally or local, right? But now this already they have 3 big shows next year, I believe. That's going to be more than what they're used to having in terms of I think they got the Grand Slam in February. They got All In Texas, and I think they're having Forbidden Door in Wembley, if I'm not mistaken, instead of All In there.
Yes.
So my point is, if you're having a hard time selling out locally now, this will be the first time they're doing a big crowd in states, right? International fans are going to come, no matter who's over there, because they love the sport, right? But to answer the question, maybe they are having a downtime. Every company went through that. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope they're not trying to, just because they have the money to do so, they're trying to pack the house other places just because. I think you have eyes on your product, you should work with it and try to build it from there and try to get them the best product, and then the people will do the work for you. The fans will come even more. So that's just my personal opinion. So I hope they're not doing it to keep up with other companies, or just keep their name out there, because they are, for a lot of people, the number 2 company in the business.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about that right now, right? But they are going through a slump. Reasoning behind it, I'm not really sure. I have my opinions, but not really sure. Build on what you have, man. You have a lot of legends, I think, who kind of been through those places too, can tell you this is what we should be doing to try to help get this. But also remember, it's a different fan base these days.
Mhm.
So I think the reference was their crowd looking like W2000 crowds now, something like that. Man, that's a bold comparison. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they have to worry about that because they do deliver on their shows. I just think that they should just kind of stick to who they are and let that build. Like I said, you got 3 big crowd shows next year. 3. Was that the best move? I don't know. Internationally wise, maybe so, because international fans are going to come. They're going to watch the show. They love pro wrestling. They don't get a lot of that over there like that from major companies. So they're going to come. But I guess we have to wait to see what happens. Man.
Yeah, and the reason is like it's a number of factors that probably go into it, I'm sure. But a lot of times they go to the same cities over and over and over again.
Chicago.
I'm like, okay, we just saw y'all, man. It's cool. Are we going? We don't have to come this time. We know y'all gonna come another time, so we'll have to go to this show. It's stuff like that, and it's like, are you promoting the show well? Because like this past Tuesday night, Dynamite, a lot of people didn't know it was gonna be on Tuesday, and these are some of those are diehard fans. They don't even know it's gonna be on Tuesday and what time it was coming on. And so they got dramatically lower than NXT show did. I think NXT did 800-some thousand, and they did 300-some thousand for Dynamite, and that's your biggest show on national TV. And so, one thing is promote your show more. Let people continue to let people know what time, when, and what time your show is going to be on. If it's especially if it's changing nights. That, and like I said, go to cities you haven't been to, so new fans can come in. Then we want to see this show. We've been waiting for y'all to come here. So now we're ready to come on. We're ready to see your product. You got the wrestlers promoting it a little bit, but there's only so much they can do. You got to do as a company. Where's your marketing team at? What are they doing? And also focus on you. Stop focusing on other companies, on WWE, whatever it is. Focus on you. The more you focus on you, the more you invest in you. You see what you're doing, or if you want to focus on them, focus on what works for the other company and copy that in your own way. Focus on what works, not just we do this better than them. Okay, that's cool, but what are they doing better than you that they can get more people to come to their show? Are they marketing their show better? I mean, what is it? Figure that out. You got all the people that came from that show. Ask some questions because you got a good product. But like I said, you got to continue to tell your stories as you're doing now. Now, like we all congratulate AEW on that. But like I said, you got to promote it better. And like I said, and put it out there and where it hasn't been. And that's what they're doing with that Grand Slam show. I don't think they've been to Australia yet. And like I said, the international crowds, like you said, Lonnie, they are going to come. They are the diehard fans who don't get as many shows as they want. So they're going to go, whatever they go get, they're going to come. They're going to be there. The pay-per-view attendance is good, is way better than the television shows, because that's what you're culminating at. That's when the story's culminating, or you start a new story at those pay-per-view shows. So I think that's probably the reason that they come. They attract more fans because this is the pay-per-view. We all want a pay-per-view, and the national TV show, that's probably going to come, whenever. And so they are more attracted to the pay-per-view show. And so, and everybody knows the AEW always delivers on those pay-per-view shows. Now, the Dynamite's, Collision, Rampage, a lot of them could be hit and miss. It's not good. So it's a number of factors that comes into it. And then one other thing, are you deterring fans with the amount of violence you are showcasing right now? Especially at the end of your pay-per-views, especially the last two, All Out and Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
Is it too violent for certain people? I know you want to do something where everybody else not doing, and that's how you stand out. You do something that everybody's not doing, but is it a reason that everybody's not doing it because it can throw off fans or throw off families, especially families? Families make money in whatever business, whatever performance business you in.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're trying to get the kids involved. If the kids involved, the parents have to be involved. So that's how you get the money. Because the kids, even if you don't watch the show, I've been to shows where parents they're sitting there, they just there for the kid. And so if the kids like it, the parents gonna bring them to the show to make their kids happy. And so it's cool. A lot of people love the violence and blood and this and that, and syringes and cinder blocks and chairs to the head, bags over the face. Some people like all that, but it's a number of people that's gonna be turned off by that, and it's not gonna get you your million that you're looking for, or a million, or second million, a third million that you're looking for.
Oh.
And so it's a number of factors, and that's just for me. I'm not even in the business. Those are just some I'm just thinking of, and I'm not even in the business like that. I'm trying against this show. I'm trying to get there and get more informed about everything, every aspect of it. But from where I'm sitting right now at this moment, that's just what I see. Imagine somebody who's already in the business. What are you seeing? What are you not seeing that's going on, and why your attendance is going to be low?
Yeah.
So
Let me
it's something you got to think about.
let me ask you this real quick, because you probably noticed from. Do they still okay? Let me go back up to one point before I ask that question. You said something that I didn't really know, that they didn't really. A lot of fans say they didn't know that Dynamite was going to be on a Tuesday. I think it was called Title Tuesday, maybe. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's for a fan perspective. That's like, man, come on, you just celebrated 5 years last week, and now you missed the mark on promoting it to Tuesday, the following week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
okay, then you bring up things about the violence, things like, some people gonna like it, some people not, and I get that too. But my question would be to you then: do they still do the fact that, so if you go to Dynamite on Wednesday, do they still record
Mhm.
Rampage right after that?
Yeah, a lot of that. It's either that or it'll be a Ring of Honor show. It's a lot. You don't get your money's worth if you go on there for that. But it is a long show. I know the last Dynamite I went to, it's been like a year or two now. I don't know, so I don't know what they record afterwards exactly. But we went to that. There was a show. It was a few matches before Dynamite. A few matches before Dynamite, there was Dynamite, and then it's Rampage. So you there for a long time.
So,
And like I said, like sometimes you get your money's worth, but you there for a good long time.
so I guess my question would be then, just out there for whoever, if they're comparing these WCW 2000 crowds, is it during Dynamite, or is it more Rampage or Collision? Like, what is it that they're really taking it from? I would think the flagship for them, Dynamite, would be, solid, maybe not fully sold out, but I would think it'd be more a solid, solid crowd. But then after that, they may be burnt out, or maybe they got it's during the week too, right? Just like a lot of other ones. Hey, I got to go to get kids ready for school, or whatever the case may be. And then you try to stay for another hour of Dynamite, because it's, what I'm saying, and like, so what's that? Do people leave and then they still do it? It's kind of like SmackDown and Level Up,
Yeah.
right? SmackDown and Level Up comes on
So,
SmackDown,
yeah.
right?
reports are showing that
Now Level Up is
so reports are showing that, based on the article, it was a Collision episode. So it was 80%. So they had about 2,245 tickets were sold, but it left 80% of the venue empty. So that's what it was a Collision
Okay,
show.
got it.
and that's what happens a lot of times. They burn out. Like, okay, Dynamite is gonna be your solid show every week. So most of the people are coming for that, and then they get an extra show. And for a paying fan, that's a plus. But do you want to be there that long? And if you do bring kids to this show, guess what? They're gonna be sleeping. They're gonna be ready to go home. So a lot of people miss out on certain shows because their kids are ready to go, or they tired, and whatever it is. And so sometimes you gotta shorten it up and just give them just enough for what you want them to see. And like you said, they didn't promote that Title Tuesday well because, like I said, it's 300,000. Dynamite usually gets at least 600,000 plus and go and up, and whatever it is. And so with an average 600,000, 700,000, that 300,000 people have missed your show. That can't be good at all, in no form, in no way, no form of what you want to get.
Mm.
That's a lot of people that's not informed on when your show was, or were not able to catch your show, because a lot of people's confused by that. And then NXT being and WWE, how they do their business, they know it's going to be. I'm pretty sure they knew. That's why they put a Randy Orton on the show, a Bianca, a Jade. They put Jey Uso on there. He didn't even do anything. He just came out to talk the trick. But they know fans look to see Jey Uso, so they put him on that show, taking your fans away from your Dynamite. So you have to promote stuff like that, because NXT is on the road now. So they're going to try to get, and they're on a new network. So they're going to try to get people to their show. So they put the main roster people on their show, on the NXT show, to bring fans to the arena. I guess it was a smaller arena for this past week on NXT, but it still looked full, and it was a great show. And they still had 800,000 plus fans watching.
Mm-hmm.
So they did something right.
Yeah.
So if I'm AEW, I'm looking at what they did. And if you're trying to get people to watch your other shows like Collision and Rampage, you might have to take the WWE form or in some way, split this roster up. You have such a big roster. Split this roster up so they will watch that other show. So if you want to see this talent, guess what? I need you to watch us on Fridays or Saturdays. And that might be just what I mean. Much they want to fight against it. And plus, you got all these championships. Split these up and put them on different shows. That's why WWE does that. Yes, WWE has the same amount of championships, probably, but they split them up between shows. This championship for this show. These stars are for this show. So that's what makes it work better. In AEW, you got Ring of Honor championships, and then all the AEW championships, and then whatever company like the CMLL championship, New Japan Strong Women's Championship that Mercedes has, that's on her shoulder too. So you got all these championships on the same show, just mixed up, and which belt is more prestigious than the other? We don't know. It just depends on who has the title for us. So they need to split it up. They need to go with a formula that works. You can put, like I said, you can put it in their own way, and that's their job. That's not my job to figure that out for them. And I'm just speaking on what I see, and what I see that's been working for a certain company, WWE or whatever, because they got the same amount of championship, but it's presented better. And I feel like WWE needs to stop making championships also, because that speed championship, it doesn't need to be there exactly. That championship they're doing, and in Saudi, I get what they're doing for to get people to watch that show, and I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see Gunther versus Cody. But they found a way to intrigue people and get people to watch.
Yeah, and to that point, the article goes on to talk about how AEW is having a hard time capitalizing or grasping the 18 to 49-year-old demographic, which WWE, as you alluded to, RC, by putting Orton on the show, putting Jey Uso on the show on that particular night, for whatever reason, they capitalized that whole demographic that probably would have tuned in to Collision.
Yeah, and that's the issue. That's crazy, because they were maybe a year or two ago, they were boosting that up, that they had that demographic. They even had, what was it? Jericho called himself the demo god, the demographic. That was another name he had for himself. And now you've lost that for right now. So you got to figure it out. And
Yeah. And again, we're not affiliated with any company. We've never worked for any of these companies. We're just giving our opinion based upon, being dedicated viewers, fans of the product that we love. So we want to know what you guys think, because that demographic is crucial to a program. That's the demographic that's going to watch your program. And if you're not catering to that demographic, or you don't have anything relevant that they want to see, you're going to experience what you've been experiencing. And then two, I agree, they should limit some of these shows and split the roster up. If it's no need to reinvent the wheel. I know everybody wants to be different, have your own take on things. But man, if I'm not gonna go out here and reinvent a wheel, I'm gonna just put some rims on it. You know what I'm saying? The kid's still doing spinners? I
Nope.
don't know.
Nope.
All right, get out of here. Next thing, man. Go move on.
I want to talk about MVP. I guess they call themselves the Hurt Syndicate. I guess that's what they call themselves.
I think that's what people call them. I don't know if they call them that just yet, but I mean, it's getting there.
But I want to talk about that segment. Looked like Swerve turned them down, but man, let's talk about that segment. So Benjamin and MVP comes out, addresses Swerve, basically making him a proposition. So let's talk about that segment there, guys. What did you think about that, and what is it leading up to?
Woo! I was just telling the Crump earlier. I was like, I enjoyed this segment. I thought Swerve was going to turn around and get Nah. And one point, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? But him being in his hometown as well, and then I personally think MVP is very good on the mic, and what he's trying to indicate there, and Swerve having the welcome home celebration. I think the segment as a whole worked out very well. I love the back and forth between them. I like how Nana was there. Was looking like, man, I ain't about to lose my family. You know, that's what I felt he was kind of thinking, right? But then he was like, nah, I don't turn my back on family for anybody. You know, them Fast and Furious vibes, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I like how Swerve stood up because it would have been too predictable for him to just kind of join anyway. I heard that the rumor is Bobby Lashley is signed with AEW. I heard he might going to make appearance last night and debut, but they decided against it because I think they hardly had enough on the show. But I think the segment went well. I think it's going to start new things, and from the looks of it, we get to see more action coming up soon too. Because I think potentially Shelton mentioned maybe fight Leo Rush this coming Wednesday based on the interaction they had. But my point is, I think the segment went very well. I think the back and forth, the gander went too well. I like that Swerve stood up to them. It kind of already gave that extra heat on the Hurt Syndicate. That I ain't gonna say homegrown talent, but Swerve was very popular in AEW. Whose house? Swerve's house. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good classic babyface heel vibe right there that can happen. Even though we're talking about black wrestlers and things of that nature, but there's a start right there in terms of just in general, the AEW kind of having that going on as well.
Yeah, great segment. Only the biggest issue with it was what Swerve was wearing. I was like, bro, what was that? Who told you to wear that? Who are you wearing this for? So like you from the hood house from the prairie. I don't know. I'm trying to. That top was just throwing me off the whole time. But hey,
Like
you all want to be different. You're a superstar, and that's what superstars do: wear different things, stand out, and blah blah blah. But with this, Swerve was similar. He was just going back and forth. I was like, you playing with Nana's emotions right now. Prince Nana's emotions. Because, Lord, you just going back and forth. Got his man head up, got his head down. Got his head up, got his head down. I was like, bro, which side are you going with? And he finally said, I ain't turning my back on my family, called Nana family. And he turned his back on him for nobody. And got straight up in MVP and Benjamin's face. And so I'm sure, and I love that he gave Shelton Benjamin his flowers right there in the ring. And no matter he was about to go against what they were saying, that didn't matter. But he said to himself, I gotta give this man his flowers. This man has influenced me as a black man, as a black wrestler, and with all he's done in his career. And you gotta salute to Shelton Benjamin for all he's done and all the amazing moments he's given us throughout the years. And hopefully he can continue to do some amazing things in this company. And him and MVP and soon to be Bobby Lashley, whoever joins them, can showcase black talent in an amazing way. And so I'm very much looking forward to that. But Swerve said he's not teaming with them in doing that. So I thought this would be one of the ways to go. It's probably the better way to go and see Shelton Benjamin and Swerve match eventually. And that should be something to see. But like you said, Lonnie, is right now, I think the first match for Shelton Benjamin will be him versus Leo Rush. Because they interrupted a Leo Rush interview that he was having because Leo Rush said he's officially back at AEW. I thought he was already back. I don't know. He keep retiring, and he's one of the guys we was talking about earlier, Lonnie. Keep retiring and coming back, retiring and coming back. You too young to be doing all that, bro. You ain't even old, and you retiring and coming back like that. But so make a decision, bro. But he's very talented himself. But I think that's gonna be the match on Dynamite. But it's leading up to Benjamin versus Swerve, and then eventually by big almighty Bobby Lashley is gonna make his appearance, and I'm that's gonna be crazy right there because
Well,
he got to go straight to the world championship with him. If you don't, then I don't know what we got him for.
hey man,
Man, but listen, who's the muscle? You know, if you got so I can't see on paper Moxley beating Bobby Lashley. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it could happen. Moxley is a dangerous man. Moxley is that guy. He's always been one of my favorites. And so Moxley's a dangerous man, and he got the group behind him. So Claudio is one of the strongest guys in any company, and we've seen that many times over the years. Dangerous, muscle bound, could fly, and got strength himself. And Marina Shafir, hell of a strong female asset that they have. And like I said, we still don't know who's the mystery person in that group. That's a back and forth. That's a clash right there with the Hurt Syndicate and the BCC. That's money down the line right there. But we started off with Swerve versus the Hurt Syndicate, and that's something to really look forward to.
well, let me ask you this.
I'm ready for it all with them. I want to be showcased very well in this company.
Well, I remind you of this then. There's some history with Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley.
Is it?
Wasn't he like Bobby Lashley's?
He was. But I don't think they have any issues.
I don't mean issues in that regard, but you can build off of that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about that. Oh yeah, that's past, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, man, it's so much you can do that. It's kind of like, so if Bobby Lashley do come, and I agree he should go for the top belt. I mean, what is he going to do, man? Like the dude, you know, like he can offer a lot of different things, but he should go for the reverberal brass ring.
Yeah. I mean, but he could go for. I mean, like I said, they got a number of titles he could get. He could take his time and build up to it, but
they got titles for days, so I mean, he could get them all. You know,
because top contenders have those titles, those other titles. So it wouldn't hurt him, no pun intended, to go for those other championships first. So it's just his choice.
You know, I mean, he's just like, you look at him, it's like automatically heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Let's skip all the in between. And if he got somebody like MVP behind him, MVP ain't about to put him in the mid card. You know what I'm saying? But it all fall back down on booking. I hope everything goes well. You know, it's a coin toss. You know, we'll see.
I said, with these titles in this company, it depends on who has them and how prestigious they are. And so, whatever championship he gets, he could put it up there where he feel like it should be.
Mm-hmm. Cool. We want to know in the comment section, what do you guys think? When will Bobby Lashley make his television debut to AEW? You know, what's going to happen with the Hurt Syndicate? What's going to happen with all this? And we'll see. It's a lot more to talk about on that. But fellas, let's wrap up AEW. Touch on a few other highlights that we did not cover.
You know, they had, hologram versus Mortos. They had 2 out 3 falls match. Great match. It went back and forth with pinfalls. Hologram got his, I think it was 14-15 victory. 15-0.
He's undefeated, right?
Yeah, he's undefeated. So I made kind of a joke about him last. I ain't gonna do it again. He's a great wrestler. Yeah, what's the name? Let's go.
Like Glacier.
Yeah, he had a mask on. Yeah, but also we had Briscoe defeat Jericho. Thank goodness, because Lord, if Jericho would have won that, I think the crowd would have erupted and caused a riot. But also we gotta talk about Hangman and Jay White, who started off the show. That was a travesty, and how that went, because it was a great match. But because Jay White was smart the whole match, he really worked on Hangman's knee the whole match, and that's what his
caused him to lose the match.
Yeah, it caused him to lose the match with that because he couldn't get that the lariat off.
Jump over the rope.
Yeah, he couldn't get that off. So Jay White played the match smart, but I don't think this was the smartest outcome for booking, because I think Hangman is on such a roll right now. For how he ended and beat Swerve at All Out, how you got this man coming back and losing to Jay White like this? Mm-hmm. It just slows down his momentum. He said he's not done with Jay White, but him losing like this kind of threw me all the way off. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't see the I don't see why he lost this match, but it is what it is.
I didn't. You know, he should be in the world title picture after beating Swerve.
Definitely. He shouldn't be losing. Like, they're just trying to keep him occupied with the Bang Bang Gang, I guess. But Private Party lost their match, which I really thought they was gonna win. I was like, and because the way the Amazing Red was motivating them in the video package, it's like they was beating them up to win. It just especially how Young Bucks talk mess to them before the match started, talking about the exclusive you're gonna get is sniffing these titles and these right in front of your face, and they still lost. It's like, God, come on. I really thought this was a new beginning for them. And the tag team division itself. So that really upset me with the way they lost. So I was like, I think that was more the bigger matches. I think all the matches that was covered. But match of the night, like I said, was a triple threat match with Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita. But moment of the night for me was, the ending.
Yeah.
Where you would have put the bag over Bryan Danielson's face and Bryan Danielson being carted off.
And that bag, man, to go back, if we learn anything from the Vince McMahon documentary, it's about sponsorship, right? It's about getting the dollars from these bigger companies. These bigger companies may not want to partner up with you if you're putting bags over people's face all day.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to before, yeah.
Yep.
It throws people off.
What's the grade we give Wrestle Dream? I give it a C. Well, maybe a B plus, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'll give it a B.
I'm gonna go with a B. I thought I was gonna say C, but then as I was thinking about it a little bit more, I said B. I ain't gonna add no minus or plus to it. I was gonna say
yeah. I give it that because, like I said, it propels some matches forward, propels some rivalries forward, and brought some matches out of these matches they had on this show. So that it pushed the company forward with this pay-per-view. So it's definitely a B for me.
But awesome. We want to know in the comment section, what do you think about Wrestle Dream? What's the grade that you would give Wrestle Dream? What are some of the matches? Well, I mean, I can't say you wish you saw on the show because they had everybody on the show. Everybody on the show.
Mostly did.
Except the CEO. Like she about to get into some trouble with the Queen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on the next show. It might be Collision, Dynamite, one of those shows she's supposed to fight the Queen. But let's move on. We got a Jey Uso problem. I think the bloodline is saying that they need. Well, let me back up. SmackDown this past Friday, Jimmy shows up, and they're calling him Big Jim now. He's Big Jimmy now.
Big Jim Uso.
He's Big Jim now. Jim comes out. He gives his eloquent speech, and of course the OTC has to come out and remind everybody just who he is. He is the OTC, but he acknowledged Jimmy Uso. He said, "Let's acknowledge him." Right? Mm-hmm. What a way to just smooth things over. See, to just smooth things over. I'm a heel, so I could just see it. Roman Reigns is just smoothing it all over, right? Because he knows what he needs. At the end of that promo, Jimmy says, "We need Jey." He also says that Roman doesn't have a tribe. He sees a tribal chief without a tribe. He sees a tribal chief without the Ola Fala. He sees the tribal chief without his kingdom, so to speak, right? Fast forward to the end of the night, they get annihilated by the Bloodline 2.0. I have some things I want to add in there, but before we do that, I want to get you guys' take on Jimmy Uso's comment in the middle of that beatdown. I think we need Jey Uso.
To me, I feel like Roman, they trying to spin off the Roman tribal chief character. They really try to do it as a babyface now and try to be more inclusive about what he does now. And first it was all about him doing this all these 4 or 5 years, and now he's trying to really include family. It was Big Jim, Jimmy Uso. Now he's trying to give him a new name in this, and so because Roman, he's kind of still the same guy. We want that power. We want to be in control. Right now, I'm just not in control. I don't have what I used to have. I don't have the spotlight fully on me. I don't have my championship. I don't have my Ula Fala. I don't have my family fully. And so he thinking Jimmy Uso is all he needs, and the crowd told him what you need. And he ain't trying to hear it. He still said no yeet.
No yeet.
He still said it. And so it's a build up to that eventually, but Jimmy Uso, after all he's done to his brother Jay, he already on board with getting Jay. He already on board with the fans and what we want. But Roman's going to fight. He's going to fight as much as he can, and with that beatdown he got, maybe that'll wake him up. But it's going to take some time for him, not just for him, for Jay to agree to this. It ain't all about what Roman wants anymore. Jay is on his own, thriving, and so actually that leads me to believe he has to have a real reason, and that's why I was saying Bloodline 2.0 might cost him the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker.
Brother, you done said what I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all right. We didn't talk about it. we didn't pregame that one. We all right, man. But what I'm saying is that I'm looking up this way for a reason. It is 5-6 weeks from Survivor Series. So we're probably about 2.5-ish weeks away from Crown Jewel, right? So the seeds had to get planted right now for that. To give it time to kind of marinate. It's supposed to getting through Crown Jewel, rushing 2 weeks, which I don't see this booking doing. So, but look, Roman, no yeet, right? But Roman, you didn't got beat down, man. Cody out the picture now. Cody's out the picture. You know what I'm saying? That's done. He got his own things he got to deal with. The Reign General, which is going to light his chest up. And he got to get right back to Kevin Owens, who I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying? So he got his own thing going on. He got enough to take him through the rest of the year. Point being, Roman, you need somebody, man. Roman, you said on Bad Blood Day, your tweet says tonight we show them. I don't know who we were. I don't think he was talking about Cody. You know what I'm saying? He said we gonna show them. Right? So now, let's not forget now. I know you heard it. It's a video that posted that says Solo said it's part of the plan when The Rock showed up. Part of the plan. Come on, man. Like, you mean to tell me you and Jimmy, first of all, no tribe, you're a chief without a tribe. Olafar's gone, Tyler's gone, Wise Man gone. Right? Now, all the people when you were in power, if you will, all the people that you put out or beat down, now you need somebody to help you, bro. Hey, you gonna have to just say yeet and get over with, bro. Because if not, people say what they want, but this Bloodline 2.0 ain't no joke, man. You can say whatever you want. They ain't no joke, man. The last time they beat Roman down, he was gone for about 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's time to get that Samoan spot.
But I get what everybody's saying, because we all know this is leading to the Civil War, right? And people are assuming that Sami Zayn is just going to be ushered into this battle. But as we all know here in the Champions Corner, Sami Zayn, his cup is about that big. His cup is about that big.
Or certain people say it ain't everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we all was in agreement.
No. We never said that. Now you and the professor.
Now listen.
I don't know what that makes sense for them.
But you got a Jacob Fatu in the other side. You need some muscle. Sami Zayn, you need some muscle to stop Jacob Fatu. Jacob could take them all out. He needs some muscle. Is what I'm saying. You need some muscle in that group. So if he's gonna get anybody, he need to get somebody else that got. Who's gonna stop Jacob? Sami?
No, I mean Roman right there.
He got Solo too and muscle.
Hey, that's who they talking about the ones, and he was part of that. They ain't just gonna throw anybody because they got some muscle. It's the story. This is WWE here. We are focusing on the story, and Sami Zayn was a big part of what they did. You see the Jimmy Uso shirt? They not the one. And Roman right there said it on SmackDown. We are the ones. That's why we put these ones up. And so Sami was part of it. Sami was part of that. So
it's a new era. We got Jacob Fatu. I'm just thinking, you got Bloodline 2.0 featuring Jacob Fatu because I mean, come on, this man a whole movement within himself, man.
He is, but this is war games, and you got weapons.
Jacob is a weapon.
He is, but they gonna have chairs or whatever they gonna have in this match, and he gonna Jacob Fatu could get neutralized with that. I mean,
that man wrestled with a broken foot.
Hey, but look at this though. I throw this at you both. I throw this both at you. Now, let's remember this. Kevin Owens really what pulled the plug on him based on the things we talked about before that led up to it. What really made him blow his gasket is with Cody teaming up with the Bloodline. So if Sammy comes back and teams with the Bloodline, what is he? Does he fit in there somewhere?
oh
No.
man,
I don't know. I mean, Kevin's on a rampage.
No, he's on SmackDown.
I don't know how that's gonna play out. I don't know how that's gonna play
He's
out.
on SmackDown, not Rampage. It's okay though. We got you.
Oh, I forgot that was the name of the show.
I said I throw that out there, bro. No, this is all joke, man. It's all fun, bro. That was funny. But anyway, man, I just want to think about it. Does he turn his attention since he, since he wanted everything to be the way he wanted to be right now? Does that play a factor? And do we get 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? Isn't somebody signed who hasn't debuted? I think right now, and I'll be seeing Lance Anoni on Instagram. He's always putting his stories. In his stories, he's putting WWE business in his story.
And so I'm saying, we all thinking it's gonna be Sammy. We would love to see Sammy, but what if it's not? What if it's an actual Bloodline member we have no idea about because they need some muscle? Face Jacob Fatu.
I think it should be Bloodline and Bloodline, straight Bloodline. Like I know Sammy has history there, but I really think it should be Bloodline and Bloodline. And to RC's point, I think Breaker he's gonna beat Coffee tomorrow and then probably get Uso at Crown Jewel. And I do think because of that, we might even get Roman versus Solo at Crown Jewel. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that will lead to Jay's, that probably do it for Jay. Like, oh, man, they cost me my title. Now I need to, get him back. You know what I'm saying? Wait, how you used to say, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
So now, Roman, I got to get you.
Yeah, but Roman still got to, either way, Roman can't dodge this little talk they got to have.
Mhm.
And that's going to be cinema right there. That's going to be a moment. Jimmy Uso always came back easy, but Jay, not so much. Not this time.
Cool. Let's move on to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is causing havoc on SmackDown. He comes out to the ring. I believe, first he comes out and interrupt the women's tag match. Says, hey, they told me not to show up here tonight. They cut the man's mic off. He goes to the commentary booth, grabs the headset, and tells them, you think I turned on Cody Rhodes? No, Cody Rhodes turned on me. So here it is. Kevin Owens is now playing the victim. So Kevin Owens is the one that's hurt. He's the one that's been turned on. What do you guys think about that?
I honestly think, I don't think he turned on him. The plan all along was to get rid of the Bloodline, right? That was the plan, right?
Yeah.
That would be the idea plan. And every time they tried, what happened? They lost. Cody ain't turned on him. Come on, man. Coming from a guy like this, this what Cody got. What I think, like I said before, this is led up from a lot of different things, a lot of different emotions for the last 7 to 8 years or whatever it's been that Cody had mentioned together. And he's like, you know what? And RC said it probably best a couple weeks ago. Hey, Cody, you're in my way in life.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to be fulfilled, for order for me to eat at the table, if you will, I got to take that title from you. Oh, and by the way, I'll take out Randy Orton, too, while I'm doing it. Since he don't want to join.
You still got something in the mouth, though. Randy Orton got him in the mouth. So that man in the mouth. KO looked surprised. I was like, Lord.
Got him good.
Yeah. But Kevin Owens need to get over himself.
Somebody said it. There you go.
All right. I mean, come on. Cody did what he had to do. Handle business. Like you, obviously, mad because you can't do it. And the commentators continue to say you haven't done it in the past, 4 or 5 years, is beat somebody in the bloodline. And so you just mad. And you looking for somebody to blame. And you look at Cody. Cody talking, it was in that parking lot like, bro, what you talking about? What is this? He put his title down and you socked him, blindsided this man, and now you want to play victim. You didn't run out, you done drove off in the Lamborghini, but you playing victim?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Everybody saying they can't talk about it, and now we're talking about it on SmackDown. And then they cut your mic
Cut his mic.
because they know you about to talk some mess that don't make no sense. So please stop, Kevin. Like, if you want a title shot, Cody is gladly to give it to you again and again and again, like he gave it to you that first time out of nowhere for no reason. So you want a title shot, Cody's right there. He's a defending champion. He's never not been. There's no point in you attacking this man. You just like I say, it's jealousy, and you just can't get out your own way, and you can't accomplish what you've been trying to accomplish for the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
So and you just put it on Cody. So like I said, get over yourself, man.
Yeah. And Orton just happens to be in the middle of it all, which is very uncharacteristic for Orton to be the third wheel, seems like, in this whole picture.
Right.
Are we taking the bait? Because I feel like somewhere along this way, it's really more about Orton than it is about Kevin Owens.
He's the Viper, man. Like, he's the Viper. Legend killer. Of course he want that title. Don't forget the teasers we've been seeing months ago. Don't think WWE forgot about that. That's just part of the story.
They had one on Friday.
Yeah,
Kevin Orton, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes in the back. Who hands Cody the title?
Yeah. But don't think we forgot about that. Now, like Orton always does, he picks his moment. I think Kevin Owens doing it on his own, and eventually, Randy. I'm gonna say I think Cody and Orton is fighting at Mania. That's my prediction. That's just my prediction. But of course, I'm not the one booking the show. So I think, because why else would we keep prolonging this? You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, I think Cody and Kevin are going to finish the year out. Kevin probably going to cause Gunther. I'm picking Gunther to win this match, by the way, against Cody. Probably because of Kevin Owens. After that, you probably got Survivor Series. And after that, you probably got Saturday night's main event with them finishing it off, probably. And then you go into, the season of WrestleMania and all that type of stuff. So, but hey, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on that one. But yeah, Kevin, yeah, man. But I will say this. This is going to be, since the Bloodlines matches and things of that nature, Cody's best one-on-one feud. Because Kevin will make him work, man. Kevin will work for him. Especially as a heel. I remember that powerbomb he gave Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
On that apron and in that.
It should be the better version of Kevin Owens.
It's going to be real good feud to see. RC, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, Randy Orton, he gonna figure something out for himself because he's on Cody's side right now, but something might trigger him either what Kevin Owens says or is what he feels himself either way. But like I said, that Randy Orton and Cody match is what we all been waiting for. I think it's gonna happen before WrestleMania actually, because in hearing the reports, either Rock not gonna be there, or now he said he is, don't believe that BS and whatnot. So I think Cody got something else going on for Mania. So I think him and Orton either fighting at Royal Rumble or the Shane.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put that off a little bit earlier than we think. So because everybody's waiting on that, and there's too much history not to do that match.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good point.
Yep. Me personally, I think Orton is pulling the strings behind the scenes, but we'll see. I want to move on to a young lady that got in a chokehold in the middle of the promo between Nia Jax. She's telling Tiffany that she's going to cash in on Liv Morgan. But in the midst of telling her that, she puts her in a very aggressive chokehold to let her know that you better not come after me for the third time or we got some problems. That's what I gathered from that. How about you guys?
Tiffany Stratton is getting built up, man. She's already over because the people like her and she can perform and she can talk. So they're just getting behind her because eventually she's going to either cash in on Nia. I don't see her cashing in just to have a match with her. I think she'll cash in on her when we least expect it, though. I think just kind of build Tiffany up even more so that babyface since she's already over.
And when that chokehold you talking about, boy, the crowd thought it was happening right there. She thought she was going to take her out right there. That's what the crowd was like. And so out of any of them two, Nia could get knocked down.
Dom could get involved.
Yeah, so many people could get involved in this. And so Tiffany, it's going to be up to Tiffany. Because I feel like both of them are going to be laid out, and she's going to have to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Who does she cash in on? And at this time, Nia ain't gonna raise up the like the Undertaker, like she like she did at Bad Blood, because she gonna be too knocked out. Like I said, because she already caught a boot from Rhea on SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
a straight boot. So it's gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting how this plays out, because Tiffany has got to get tired of how Nia continues to threaten her and put her, because this is not, like I said before, this is not the Tiffany we know.
Mm-hmm.
The Tiffany we know is, oh, I'm the center of the universe. Everybody looks up to me. But she doing that and making Nia that, because she's the queen. And what do queens think they are? The center of the universe. Everybody looking up to them, bowing down to them. So Tiffany's not even herself right now. And then she got to realize that it's gonna take a few weeks, maybe a couple months. But if she wants, either way, she could get a championship whatever she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would also say, I know we're not gonna go too much into this, but it makes me wonder, after seeing that SmackDown with Rhea coming out, then Raquel coming out, and then Naomi having a match with Nia and Tiffany coming out, and it makes me wonder what's going to happen with the women's War Games match, because we don't have that many fractions anymore right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's a future collector, but that's you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm probably not gonna go too deep into that, but it's something to consider.
I mean, not unless it's Team Rhea versus Team Liv, something like that.
Yeah, could be.
That's possible.
Not unless they just gonna give my girls Jade and Bianca. They just gonna put them out there and then they just wally mob everybody.
Wait a minute.
Usually what they do.
Well, always heel Sean.
I don't know if we'll have another Survivor Series match like that. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
That's the beauty.
It might be somebody's team versus another person's team.
I mean, yeah, but we also thought they were gonna do that with something with the Judgment Day too. So.
Right.
So
yeah, you still get that out there too.
Yeah, whatever way they go, I'm pretty sure they'll plan it out right. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It'll be hot. What do you guys think about the U.S. title division?
Oh man, my boy Carmelo. I knew he wasn't gonna win, but I was like, man, my boy Melo need this.
Yeah.
But it's leading to that triple threat match, like it should have been in the first place. Because Andrade was out there the whole time, just like Carmelo was out there to mess up to see Andrade lose and whatnot. So it got to be leading to a triple threat. That's all I see.
The bottom line of the factor is the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, those are workhorses title, and that's what I'm seeing for Carmelo and Andrade. They're workhorses. They're put in those classic matches. They have to have. I don't remember if Nick Aldis said they're going to have the match 7 next week or not. I can't remember if he said that. I know he had the promo with Carmelo. I just don't remember exactly what he said there. So if they do, the winner gets the title shot, or would it be a triple threat match? Now, I would like to say, if they do a match 7, somebody should win, go over pinfall, instead of having a draw for a match 7. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to have another match to break that. However, I think this U.S. title scene is right where it needs to be. I think LA Knight is good in terms of because he's over. He's defending the title. But I think his two most recent opponents right now, Andrade and Carmelo, are the right people for the right time, for the right job right now, and had that triple threat match. And I think we get some good work out of it.
Yeah, because they both already had the singles matches, so that's all it could be.
Yeah.
When he in the show talking about my girls, Jade and Bianca, they successfully defended their titles here on SmackDown. But what do you guys think about the look on their face at the end of the match? Some people are leaning more towards that it could be possible inter-turmoil going on. Or maybe they were just flustered with how the match was going. Or maybe they just maybe they slept on their opponents. What do you guys think?
There's so much I can think about right now there. Maybe they did sleep on them. But they've been busy too. I mean, they're defending, I think they're defending the titles tomorrow on Raw. They just defended it this past Friday. Then they was on NXT the last 2 weeks doing something, right?
6 more times.
Yeah, so, it's just like, I don't know, man. It could be a lot there. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, it could be a lot. And they would have had damage control on Raw, right? Coming.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be
no easy one.
Nope.
I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on that one in terms of like what I think they're thinking, but it could be like, man, we wasn't expecting that. That's what I would go with.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, because I mean, They've been on the same page this whole time. So ain't no disagreements or whatnot. Besides when they lost the titles, but they didn't even get pinned then. So there's no reason for them to the head down on each other.
Right.
After that, they built each other up back to the championships, and they continue to defend and team up and win every week since then. And then they just hosted Bad Blood, and so like I said, it's just a tougher match than they thought it was going to be because they think. And I'll assume they didn't underestimate these two and the Last Legend and Jakara Jackson, but it was harder than they thought it probably would be. And so they putting that mean mug on, say, yeah, we are the champions. We on top. So whoever coming next, that's what you get right there. You saw that? That's what you get every time. Because ain't nobody topping us. And we talked about it on the show. They was hosting Bad Blood because they didn't really have no contenders.
They had no opponents, yeah.
Yeah, but now these contenders are coming back to back. They're defending on they're on all brands, which I like. They're going from brand to brand defending these titles or representing the titles at least. And so now they got damage control coming up, and so they feeling the brunt of it a little bit, and that's how I think it was. So now they got to dig their heels in and push forward, and they know they can do that.
Yeah. That's what I think it was too. I think it was just they probably underestimated their opponents that night. But I don't think it's like what people are thinking. Some inner turmoil going on. You know.
Nah, not yet at least.
Not yet. We're not there yet. We gotta still let it marinate, still let it cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to know what you guys think about that in the comment section as well. And hey Lonnie, tell them about our merch, man. What's going on with our merchandise?
Man, we got some good things coming on with you, man. You heard these famous sayings that we say on here: "Meeting the bone," "Champion Mania." You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in general. But yes, we have a merchandise that we're going to be launching here soon, so be on the lookout for that. Great Christmas presents, great holiday presents for you. For those who've been supporting, we'd love to get your support out there and help us market and get our name out there some more and tell people about us in Champions Corner. So we are putting that out there for our members. You saw a week or so ago that Sean had a shirt on as well. We have more that we're going to be wearing on this show so we can show you your favorite, so you can have some options. So yeah, we're looking to do it big. So we would love your support, family. As you continue to support us on the show, we do appreciate it. We do not take that for granted. So we ask that you please support us with the merch as well to help us get out more so we can start talking more wrestling to more individuals.
How about you, RC? What you got to say about the merch?
Oh, man, we got a lot of designs for you. Whatever you like, man. It's a lot coming your way in November. Save the date, November 1st. It's coming. It's coming. If you're going to be at the SmackDown show, Columbia, South Carolina, coming up this Friday, I will be there. I will be wearing some merch that you can purchase on the shop when it comes out. And I think you're going to like it. I want everything we got. I mean, I might be biased, but I want everything that's on there. So, when you see it, and you can also make some requests of what you want on there. What type of shirts, what type of hoodies, what type of hats, bottles, bags, aprons. Yeah, it's all on there, man. So come check us out in November. It's gonna be there. Like I said, Champion Mania, Road to the Top. We got a lot of sayings on there, a lot of designs. So
you see,
oh yeah, we got it coming up right now. See, look at that, we already on there. See, my boy on it. My brother's on it. So come look right here. It's coming. We got a lot to show you. So whatever your taste are you a champion? This merch will show you, will represent that, what you are. Build yourself up and show us off. If you're a fan of the podcast, whatever it is, come show some love for us. Show love for yourself, because a lot of these sayings on these shirts is helping motivate you. And if you're a champion, are you ready to rise with us? Like we're doing on the show, we rising, man. Check some of this stuff out. We got tank tops on here also. It's getting a little cold, man. Put them hoodies on. Go and grab them hoodies. Anything you want, man. Like I said, make them requests. You want some little booties for your baby? We're gonna put it on some booties. Come on, man. We got it all, man. Do you have a look? Are you ready for your cup of coffee in the big time? Well, come on. Go ahead and do it. Whatever color you want, you can pick your color. You can customize whatever you want to do. It's for you. Are you representing the U.S.? Are you living there? represent the whole. It's political time right now. Who you voting for? Hey, we don't even talk about it. That's your personal business. But either way, you can still represent that USA on here. We got it. Champion Mania is here for you to get.
Yeah.
Showing so much love, man. We love it, man. We're ready for you. Represent, put it on for us. We're gonna have it on the show. We're gonna show it off for you when it's coming soon, November. Save the date.
Let's get it. Save the date. Lock in on that merchandise. We're gonna have exclusive offers just for the people that like this video, share this video, comment on this video. We got exclusive offers just for you. Who knows? We might even give a giveaway. You never know. But hey, guys, this has been another edition of the Champions Corner. We'll see you next time.